Like, even though she was all good and dandy and perfect, I have to make room for my wife. Like, someone who I truly love, even though she might not be as good as this person over here.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you all doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is the part 3 video of their money and the Scarface guy going back and forth about good is not good enough. If you haven't seen the first video, go check out the first video so you get full context of what this conversation is. So in this video, we're going to see people's reaction to the black man's response to Amani's video talking about why she broke up her relationship with her now ex-boyfriend, even though the ex-boyfriend was good enough, and how good enough was not good for her. She wanted something more, that the relationship did not end up in any hate or like. And this brother decided to come and troll and say if it were to be the other way around, a man said that about a woman, how a woman was 100%, how he has a girlfriend that is breaking up with her even though she's 100%, everything is fine, but she's not just good enough for her. This video has struck a lot of conversation, so go check out that first video. So if you check out that first video, it's going to help you to get full context of what we're talking here and what people are reacting to in this video. So I'll leave it down in the description box, and also with the part 2 of people responding to Amani saying good is not good enough for her. So I'm going to leave the 2 videos down in the description box so you can go catch up with them and then get full context of what we're talking about here. So let's go check out this video, people's response to this black man's video, and then we'll come back and talk more.
Now I have a car. But when I didn't have a car, she used to let me ride around in her car all day.
So I'm going to say you probably broke up with her because you felt that she didn't value herself enough. Like, why are you doing this much for a man that's not doing that much for you? You clearly want a woman that's going to challenge you or something like that. Like, you felt that she was giving too much of herself to a man that was not worth it. You felt that she was too easy for you. You didn't want a woman that you can run over. That's how I look at it. You want a woman that's going to challenge you and not going to take all that. All that woman did was give. It's like to the point where she was searching for love so hard. You didn't want that. You don't want a woman that's searching for love so hard and will just do anything for a man just to make that man happy. You want a woman that is going to say, no. The answer is no. You're not driving my car. You better go get a job and get your own car. That's what I think. But hey, I could be wrong. I just feel that she just was, she gave it to you too easy. Like, she didn't give no pushback. Everything was, oh, here. So with that being said, I'm thinking that's why you didn't want to be with her. It became boring that she just kept giving. No, at that point, she needs to be she needs to give pushback, and that's what you want. So yeah, that's how I feel.
Of 5 years, and I literally have no complaints about her. Like, she was perfect, right?
I realized something after I divorced my ex. Bums know that they're bums. And the fact that you not only choose them, but you coddle and cater to them makes them lose respect for you. It does. They know they're losers. What are you doing with them? Why would you choose them? They know exactly who they are. So it doesn't matter how good you are. As a matter of fact, the better you are to a bum, the more they know you're a joke. The more they disrespect you. The more they'll dismiss and disregard you. Like, they know who they are. They will pretend they don't, but they do.
Ride around in her car all day while she was at work, and I still didn't have a job.
What? This make you understand why the girlies are out there dating for money.
All right, y'all. So I just broke up with my ex of 5 years, and
well, in a nutshell, what happened was that more than likely, no matter what she would have did, you wouldn't have never wanted her like that. And a lot of women, we overdo it. We over be with a man. Anything this man needs, we were right there. The thing about that is that a lot of times we take away your masculinity when we're just your go-to. We do everything for you. And it takes away that part of a man that wants to take care and that wants to be with you in that light, because he sees you probably as a provider, and he sees you as, but he doesn't see you as a love interest. Most men, they won't admit it, but they want a woman that they can take care of, that's going to let them take the lead. When you a boss, most of the time you don't find love.
All right, y'all. So I broke up with my girlfriend. She was actually perfect. Like, even though we broke up, she'll still send.
This is such lame behavior. Y'all are going out y'all way to miss that girl's point. The whole someone can be good. Just because you're a good person does not mean that you're a match for everybody.
Exactly.
She said her ex broke up. He was a good dude. He just wasn't for her. Y'all want women to just accept whatever. Y'all think he was good. Like, what more do you want? What more do you want? He was a good dude. Okay, and that's fine. That's great for him. You should be a good person. You should be a good dude.
Exactly.
But there's the thing called compatibility. Maybe they're not compatible. You can be a good person and still not be good for somebody. We could both be two amazing people.
Yeah.
Amazing communicators and all that, but still not work well together.
I agree.
And that is what y'all are missing. And when dudes come on the internet and they start saying stuff like this, I just be like, I know for a fact there is a girl somewhere in your life that wants to be with you. She's trying to give you her time. She's trying to give you her energy. And a lot of men would probably consider her a good woman. A great woman even. But here you are, not giving her the time of day.
Exactly.
I bet there's plenty of amazing women that you probably done played with, that you done ran through the mud. But y'all can't grasp the concept that someone can be a good person, even in a relationship, but just not the person for you. I don't understand why that is so hard to grasp. Even the women that's not grasping it. And people swear because the woman be like, oh, he was a good man, like he just not for me, that you just all of a sudden want some Pookie and Ray Ray and you want a man to do you bad and da da da. It's like,
No.
I don't want to be married to someone for the rest of my life off the strength that they're a good person. Like, okay, what about us? What about me and you? Like, y'all just want us to accept anything. And we not going. Like, oh my God, y'all piss me off so bad.
I had to make room for who I truly love. Like, even though.
So what you really meant to say was you was done using her. You were done using her because you found who you really wanted. You were just using her until you actually found who you really want. Just call a spade a spade. I mean, if we gonna be anything, be real. Like, you just used her. She was giving you what you wanted. She was giving you what you need until you really found somebody that you can really do what she was doing for you.
All right, y'all. So I just broke up with my ex of 5 years. And
Okay, so I need y'all. Okay, I'm gonna explain that video. So basically, what he was saying is that he broke up with this girl of 5 years that he was in a relationship with, and she was the perfect woman for him. Like, when he didn't have a car, she would let him in her car and like let him drive around all day, buy him food, basic, damn near sugar mommy, right? Damn near mommy, sugar mommy, wife, whatever you want to call it, right? Then he says, but I had to let her go because I had to find somebody who I loved, and she just wasn't that person. Now, everybody in the comments is like, bro, what the but I think what y'all are missing is that he did a good thing, because if he had stayed with that woman and continued to essentially not be in love with her, not be the person that, because she was the person that he needed, because technically she wasn't the person that he needed because he said he didn't love her like that, right? But he like yeah. She wasn't the person he needed. He needs somebody that he loves, right? Like he could be with somebody who gives him the whole world, but if they don't love him, like it's not gonna work out for him, right? So him letting her go, even though she probably loved the hell out of him and was giving him everything he ever wanted or needed, was good. That was good for her, very good for her, and good for him. Because at the end of the day, if they had stayed together and God forbid got married, they both would have been happy. Because that woman would have started realizing that that man don't really want her. And not that he only wants her for what she's giving him, but like he doesn't love her. He said it himself. So, I feel like that is a good thing. Yes, it is a shame that he didn't love her. For whatever reason he didn't love her. I don't understand why you wouldn't love somebody that is literally doing everything you need to do. But obviously, maybe it was just that one thing. Like maybe he really just did not feel that special connection towards her. And that's fine, because at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, if you are with somebody that is giving you everything, but either the person that you're with that is giving you everything doesn't love you, or you don't love them, if there's not a real connection, if either of you are unhappy with being with each other and it cannot be fixed, do not be together. Do not be together. Do not be together. Oh my God, please.
That's right.
Because unless you can truly work it out, and I'm talking about if you have love for each other, if you care for each other, that is the situation in which you stay together and like you fix it. But if one side is, if y'all aren't on the same page, it ain't gonna work. Okay? Okay. Bye.
All right, y'all. So I just broke up with my ex of 5 years. And
Hey, as a man to man, can we have a little conversation here? This is your ego wanting to sabotage the best situation you could ever have in your entire life because you feel like she's taking the role of the man rather than you feeling like you can still be the man while existing beneath her. You got to remember, when you get into relationships, this has nothing to do with one person being dominant over the other. It has everything to do with partners in the relationship unconditionally caring for each other. There are no rules to relationships. That's why that's why divorce rates are so high. People are following rules that were never made for them. I feel so horrible because I think this is going to be actually happening more and more in the future. A lot of guys who have amazing girlfriends are going to be breaking up with them not because the woman, there's anything wrong with the woman. I mean, you heard this guy say it. There was nothing wrong with her. And the only way I can justify that happening to a man who like, apparently there's no issues, but like I have to break up with you, it's an ego thing. And there was no conversation around, hey, how can I still feel like a man even though I make less than you? How can I still feel like the man that I desire to be even if I'm in the submissive role, the role that is being the dependent role? But because that conversation never gets had, and we have more and more men every single day saying, I'm not going to open up to my woman, I'm not going to speak to a girl about nothing but sex, blah, blah, blah. Like, it confuses me what you guys even speak to women about. Like, do you just act like you care until you realize that like you aren't the person you say you are? And then you leave so they don't find out that you aren't the person you say you are faster than you can expose it? Now remember, this isn't nothing against the dude who made the video. I'm just saying, like, gender roles aren't real, and you guys, especially in today's day and society where the average individual human being can't even support themselves, gender roles are going to kill you. Trying to uphold them, trying to adhere to them, trying to be like, oh, you know what? Well, it's like, I just don't like her because I am basically the woman and she wears the pants in this relationship. It's an ego thing, bro. And no other relationship will work for you. Because this was somebody who unconditionally gave to you, bro. Before you had shit. Meaning that she saw something in you that you couldn't even see in yourself. And now you're sacrificing that for somebody who's already going to have you. Like somebody who's going to get you at the end of the finish line, and then you're going to complain that no girl wants the real you, they just want what you have. Isn't it crazy how that shit works out? Like, I reject all the women who loved me before I was the man I thought I was. But then I chase all the girls who only care about the material man that I am and not the real human man that I am. And then I continue to not be emotionally present or available, or to feel insecure and not know how to communicate it. not speak to a therapist, not have a healthy community of men that can give me some reason, because think about this, we're doing all of this in dating culture. We're not even doing this in like the real like relationship shit. And maybe that's one of the issues that's stopping us from having people getting married in marriage culture. It's people not even being able to make it through a dating process. And I'm not talking about struggle love here. But the second somebody exposes that they're a human being, it's like we automatically think that they're not the person for us and it's time to go to the next one. And you could attribute that to social media or whatever you want to, and this is where we as men need to truly, truly understand what accountability means. Like, it's more than just go to a therapist. Like, this is where we as men need to understand, hey, you know what? I don't know where I finished the last part of this video because this is a stitch and it's so shitty with editing. But to conclude this whole entire video, I just want to say the male loneliness epidemic that we're about to see, and it's not going to just be loneliness. It's going to be emotional dysregulation. It's going to be suicide. It's going to be crazy mental health issues. But I mean, we should have expected that. This is the consequence of living in the patriarchy. All these systems are meant to self-destruct and only serve the 1%. How beautiful is that? But the male loneliness epidemic is going to be from men who don't want to address the soul that they've never cared for that sits behind their ego. And in a world where people, like the average person, does not have access to having their needs met, basic needs met, people, the only thing that they'll have to compete in this social game, this world that we play in, is going to be their ego. And you don't want to know what people would do when compromised in a position to choose between their soul and their ego, especially in this world that we live in. But again, I don't know too much about that creator other than the fact that these conversations are so important in the men's community because at least exposing them gives us an opportunity to address them. At least it does. It doesn't matter who's wrong or right in this situation. If you are able to keep yourself safe and the other person in the relationship safe, that's dope. That's what we should be prioritizing, not how it looks or how it feels or what. Forgive me, I'm saying everything now. If everybody's taken care of, there are no issues here. But I just want you to know that you might have more control in these situations than you think you do. And it might come on the other side of doing something that you would have never expected yourself as a man to have to do.
I don't know if y'all have seen what Mark been up to lately. He been doing God's work. I'ma tag him. So the Amani Talks girl, that girl, I remember she had a video, right? Listen, because I don't think anybody's understanding what's happening in its totality. Don't worry, y'all, I'm sitting in stop and go traffic. All the emergency vehicles is flying by. I'm hella late, so I got time. Somebody must have DIED'd. What is going? Anyway, I done seen like 10 vehicles. So the Amani Talks girl, I didn't really pay no attention to it, but she had a video come out, I think a few weeks ago, where she was basically breaking down how she had a long-time boyfriend who, her words, not mine, he was so good to her, he worshiped the ground she walked on. Her already high standards were exceeded by this man. She doesn't know what it was, but he simply was not her husband. And so I saw that. I didn't make a video about it. Y'all know I make a video about everything. But I saw that and I was like, what the anyway, I didn't even make a video about it. I was like, that is crazy. So Mark been on some shit lately. Y'all go follow him. I'm a tag, bro. He say, let me go ahead and do it. Y'all know Mark good for the parody, but he stuck it through. He usually laugh at the end like, y'all know I'm bullshit. He stuck it through and he said all the same exact things she said, right? I just had a 5-year relationship. I had to break up with her. She was just too perfect. You know, she made 100,000. I made 30,000. She came down to me. She used to let me drive her car around, but now I got my own shit. She raised my already high standard. And at first, I didn't really care too much about the controversy until I saw how the women responded to him. Oh, you freed her. Oh, she could do so much better than you. This is why we don't date men right now. This is why we choosing to be single. Woody, 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 woody. Then I went and I looked at her video in her comment section saying the same exact things that he said, just a different gender. And the women were like, yeah, girl, sometimes you just know a woman's intuition is never wrong. And it's kind of crazy because you have to understand, if you have already high standards, her words, not mine, and someone exceeds everything you expected out of a romantic partner, her words, not mine, how can you say it's not good enough? That really means like you have a gluttonous personality. Like you can say, I want the world. Someone can give you the world, the moon, the stars. Now you want a galaxy. Now you want the galaxy. That's what it sounds like. That's why I didn't make a video about it, because it sounds so absurd. Women can only see the wrong in something when a man does it though. And that's scary to Mark. Keep doing that boy going hella viral lately.
The experiment Mark is playing with the internet right now is legendary. It's an iconic thing because it just puts the double standard out there for everyone. And the crazy part is some people bought it and put it on Twitter, which makes the case even better for us guys. But what needs to be talked about is, fellas, you know how they're always on us talking about hold men more accountable? Ladies, why don't women hold women more accountable? And why don't y'all give y'all realistic thoughts on certain situations? There's no way a lot of you thought that it was a good idea for her to leave someone that exceeded her expectations. You're talking about he was your boyfriend, which means he knocked off a lot of the check marks already. And then when he was dating you, he was doing things that you really didn't even expect. But he said, you know what? I'm going to show out for you because that's how much I like you. And he exceeded what you thought you deserved. But y'all think it was okay for her to leave that. Like you guys thought, yes. But when you put the man in the situation, all of a sudden it's a he ain't nothing. See, you could do everything for a man and he's still not going to be happy. Tell me how the situations were any different. Please tell me how a lot of women did not expose what a lot of men have been complaining about on the internet, but y'all want to try to shame these men talking about, oh, well, you're a man, men been doing this forever. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Men and women have been playing games for years, and as I've always said, the internet has exposed what a lot of men have never seen from the women's side.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about these conversations down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. If you don't know what's going on here or you are lost, that's because you didn't see the part 1 of this video, and go check it out so you get full context of what we're talking about here. So apparently this whole video was more like the Scarface Mac flipping the script on Amani, the TikToker, talking about how how she broke up with her boyfriend that was good but not good enough for her. And people's response, some of the response were responding thinking his own story was original and all that. That was a response. They didn't know that he was trolling. I see it as trolling because, yeah. But for me, you guys know how much I love conversation. For me, I feel like the conversation we're having is really, really interesting, and how a lot of people feel like for a man cannot say a girl is not good enough and walk away. Like the other creator, the lady that was talking about how some men, which we've seen it, a girl may give them everything they want and anything and everything, but they still don't want that girl. They will go for somebody else. That is him picking the person he thinks align with whatever his mission in life is and all that. So sometimes it's not about the person is good enough. A lot of us, some people are good enough, but they are not good enough for you. And people should start normalizing it, saying that, you know what, somebody can be a good person, which is that what everybody should strive to be a good person. So even when someone is talking to you like, oh, she's a good person, but it's just not working, including relationship, including friendship. I have friendship that I cannot say anything bad about them, but the friendship just did not work out because we have different mission, we have different goals in life, we see life in different ways, we handle life in different ways, and it is okay, including when it comes to romantic relationship. It is okay. It's okay for you to be with someone and have a different goal. But that's the conversation a lot of us were not ready to have. And seeing the flip of how when people thought the guy was serious and Amani won, especially coming from the women, is really interesting. But for me, this is where my own stand is. People should learn to say, you know what, this is good. Like, if this makes you happy, that's fine. And it's okay for somebody to be good but not good enough for you. And it's okay for you to want more for life. And I said it in my other part 1, part 2 video. When you know who you are as a person, you are very, very intentional about how you navigate life and who you navigate life, which is very, very important in any way. Like, the person you navigate life or the person you choose to do life with is very, very important. And the person might be a good person, but if the person does not align with you, does not align with your mission, your goals, it's just going to fall things apart. There's going to be a lot of bickering. There's going to be a lot of argument. There's going to be a lot of resentment because the other person is giving up, is sacrificing to their meet. There's a lot of meet halfway. And growing up, that was something that I always say, like, that's an healthy relationship. You meet halfway. Somebody has to sacrifice something. But now I'm just thinking about it that I don't think anybody has to sacrifice anything. Find that person that align with the journey you're going on, and both of you can go on that journey without compromising on anything, your happiness and your life goals, your mission and your morals. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section, okay, and share your thoughts. Go check out the part 1, part 2, so you get full context of people's response to Amani, the old trolling between him and Amani, back and forth, the talk. It was crazy. Go check out the part 1. And to the part 1 really give you full more context, but the part 2 you will see people's response to Amani's own. So go check it out, okay? So I'll leave it down in the description box. So click on them so you get full context with that. All said, share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, okay, which is very important. Share, comment, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe. All that helps this channel. So go ahead and do those lovely stuff, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.